It is the most wonderful time of the year. No, I'm not talking about Christmas. I'm not talking about New Year's. I'm not talking about Hanukkah. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking Ravens, Steelers, high-stakes AFC North football. I don't know how it can get any better than that, and that's exactly what we've got on Saturday, and I cannot wait for it. Welcome into Ravens Rundown, everybody. I am your host, Joey Petersen. On today's show, we will be doing a deep dive game preview of Steelers versus Ravens. It's going to be a blast. Thanks so much for tuning us. Let's get into it. Before we do anything, previewing, breaking down the game, any of that, I want you to do something for me, and that is like the video if you want the Ravens to beat the Steelers, okay? We can't jinx it. I'm a superstitious guy, okay? I need you to like the video. I need us to get it to like at least 250 likes, and then I'll feel good about it, okay? Don't jinx it. Like the video if you want the Ravens to beat the Steelers. We start with a little bit of an injury update coming out of Pittsburgh. And mind you, at the time of filming this is filmed on our Tuesday live show. We don't know officially the statuses of George Pickens, TJ Watt. This came out on Monday. Nick Harbaugh, and take him with a grain of salt. He does have a man bun, but hey, it is what it is. He had to say this. Mike Tomlin says none of George Pickens, Larry Ogunjobi, Deshaun Elliott, Dante Jackson, Justin Fields, or TJ Watt have been ruled out this week. All 6 are questionable. We'll start with partial participation, see how their week participation goes. And we all know on Tuesday, TJ Watt did not practice. George Pickens did not practice as well. So we'll see if they're ready to go. I imagine they'll be questionable going into the game. But here is the game. Week 16 matchup, Ravens -6. They're the favorites as of right now. It's a pretty big spread. If you ask me, that kind of surprised me, but hey, I'm rocking with it, and you'll see at the end of this, I might be taking the points. So how do the Ravens beat the Steelers? Okay, I got 4 keys to victory for you, starting number 1. I think it's don't get caught up in the moment. And I think this one's big for me because it's a big moment going into this one for Baltimore. There's high stakes. You can see the AFC North standings right here. It doesn't take a genius to realize that if you win this one, you tie them in that first place spot, okay? So they've got some pretty high stakes because you win it, you could tie at the top of the division. And then you add into that, if Pittsburgh wins the thing, they win the AFC North. And then added on top of all of that is the fact that the Steelers have really had your number in the past couple of years. You lost all of the last 4 matchups. And you lost a heartbreaker at the beginning of the year. So in a way, it feels like there's a lot of pressure on Pittsburgh in this one. So you cannot get caught up in the moment. Because you're facing a team that does really good when the moment's really big. Since 2007, since Mike Tomlin became the active head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've been fantastic in these win-clinch games, okay? If you win this game, you clinch the division. They are 6-1 in the 7 games they've played that had those high of stakes. And the thing is, 3 of those came against the Baltimore Ravens, and they're 3-0 against those. 2016, 2017, 2008. So don't get caught up in the moment. Don't get caught up in the high stakes. Don't get caught up in these 2 things right here. The fact that you're 0-4 in the last 4. The fact that you are 1-8 in your last 9. All that matters is Saturday. None of it matters when the ball kicks off. When the clock starts, when the whistles blow, all that matters is what's on the field right there. So don't get caught up in the junk of everything in the past. Because this game means something. It means a lot. And if you win it, you're tied at the top of the AFC North. Who wins on Saturday? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you had to guess of the 2 of these teams, is it Pittsburgh? Is it Baltimore? This will be the pinned comment on today's YouTube video. YouTube might throw you an ad break in just a second or 2 when that time comes. Take advantage of it. Scroll down the comment section. Reply to this pinned comment with PIT or BAL. Number 2, I think you have to, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, you got to utilize Derrick Henry. And that's something that in Week 11, they didn't really do. He had 13 carries. That was his second lowest of the season so far. He had 65 yards. That was the second lowest this season so far. He had a great yards per carry with 5. He also scored a touchdown. But the thing is that in the fourth quarter against Pittsburgh, he did not have a single carry. Not one, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? That needs to change. Now, I know in that fourth quarter, you didn't have that long of drives. Okay? You went 3 and out, and then you threw an interception, and then you drove down all the way down the field in the 2-minute drill. Okay? So it's not like you're trying to hand it off a ton. But still, 13 carries in 3 quarters, that's not good enough. We went over the stats last week against the Giants. This team has not lost a game when he gets 20 or more carries. In wins, they're averaging like 20.4 carries, and in losses, it's about 13.75. So give him the ball, please. However, it will be a little bit of a tougher task against this Pittsburgh team because they rank 4th in yards per game, 94.4. 5th in yards per carry, 4.0. 4th in 10-plus yards given up at 34. 4th in yards before contact per attempt at 1.09. 11th in yards after contact per attempt in 2.88. So they're top 5 in every category except one, and that one they're 11th. Derrick Henry, he's top 5 in every one of those categories as well. 105.3 yards a game, that's second. Second in yards per carry. Third in 10-plus yards rushed. First in yards before contact per attempt. Third in yards after contact per attempt. So this game truly will be unstoppable force against an immovable object. And if you utilize Derrick Henry how you should have last time, I got a good feeling that things might be different this time around. Before we get into my next 2 keys of victory, I got to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video. There's our friends over at Prize Picks. Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks. It is the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. And instead of 200 times your cash, this December it's now 1,000 times your cash. Prize Picks also now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus because it is all guaranteed. Join now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Picksmas. Prize Picks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off, which players aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. Tomorrow, I know the Baltimore Ravens are playing, but also my alma mater, my Tennessee Volunteers, are taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. I got the more on Nico Iyamalieva rush yards, 18.5. I got the more on Dylan Sampson rush yards, 111.5. Book it, ladies and gentlemen. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. Again, that's Prize Picks. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. A little bit of a programming alert for all of you guys. Tomorrow we will be live 3 p.m. Eastern Time, a special extended pregame show starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Ravens, Steelers watch party. We'll do about an hour and a half of pregame, and then we'll go right into the game. I'll call all of it. We'll have a postgame for you guys as well. I promise you're not going to want to miss it. Watch parties are my absolute favorite things to do here on the channel. So join us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a blast. Number 3 on my keys to victory, in my opinion, plain and simple, you just have to capitalize on good drives. And that is something that I don't think the Baltimore Ravens were very good at doing last time they played this Steelers team. Because if you look at it, they squandered a lot of good drives. First quarter, they had 1st and 10 on Pittsburgh's 33. That led to a missed field goal. Later again in that first quarter, 1st and 10 on Pittsburgh's 31. Also a missed field goal. And then in the third quarter, 1st and 10 on Pittsburgh's 36, and you only got a field goal out of it. So you had 3 drives where you were 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line and in, and you got only 3 points on it. I get it. This Pittsburgh Steelers defense is good, but so is your offense. You got to capitalize. And one of the big reasons they didn't is because of the penalty problem. We've talked about this ad nauseum this year. It has been a problem. It was a problem this last Sunday against the Giants. It was a problem last time these two teams played. 12 penalties, 80 yards. And with all that being said, it does not need to be a problem this upcoming Sunday. Because if it is a problem, then they're going to have a problem with me because I'm just going to burn the place to the ground, okay? So that needs to change. You need to capitalize on good drives, and the way you do that is you don't commit penalties. Don't put yourself behind the sticks for stupid mistakes, okay? What is your score prediction for Baltimore versus Pittsburgh? You're going to hear mine in just a little bit, but I want to hear yours before you hear mine. Get it for me down below, comment section. You know the drill. Let me know. My fourth key to victory, I think if you win this game, plain and simple, Lamar Jackson has to be at his best. And unfortunately, against Pittsburgh in his career, Lamar Jackson necessarily has never been at his best, okay? In his game against Pittsburgh, his games, he's played 5. He has a completion percentage under 60%. He's been sacked 20 times. He only has 4 total touchdowns, and he has 14 turnover-worthy plays. For some reason, Mike Tomlin just knows how to scheme up a game against Lamar Jackson. But that needs to change. We need the best out of him. And that means everything. That means using his legs. That means hitting wide open receivers. Okay, let's start with the legs. Because the last time we played this Pittsburgh team, he was a little skittish to run the ball for some reason. You could see him here, forcing a throw when he's got about 15 to 20 yards of green grass right ahead of him. And he's got one Steeler circled in orange and the rest of the open field. I don't know about you guys, but I would trust him to make that guy miss, okay? But it's not just that he needs to use his legs, which he did a really good job at doing against the Giants, but just plain and simple, he's got to hit the open receivers. You could see it here, second quarter. He's got Mark Andrews wide open. I know it's a layered throw. I know it's a tough throw to make, but still, those are throws you have to make. And these rivalry games, against this kind of team, if you want to put up points, you got to make those throws. That one to Mark Andrews, this one to Rashad Bateman. Again, I know it's layered. You got to get it over one guy, short of another, and right in the hands. But this is an MVP winning quarterback. You have to be able to make those throws. We have to trust him that he is able to make those throws. Because he was able to do it against the Giants all day long. 84% completion percentage, 355 total yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks, a passer rating of 154.6. He was absolutely lethal with his arms, with his legs, okay? He had more touchdowns than incompletions on the day. Now, I'm not expecting him to do that same thing against Pittsburgh, but I need him to be close. I need him to, at the end of the day, not make mistakes, take care of the football, and hit open receivers. If he does that, I think he got a good chance of winning this ball game. The thing is, I think he will do that. So I do think the Baltimore Ravens will win this ball game. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I think it's big. I think they make a statement to the rest of the NFL that this team is not here to play. This team is here to be taken serious. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers by 14. This is Lamar's first time playing in front of a home crowd in Baltimore against Pittsburgh. Can you believe that? 2018 didn't play because he was just a rookie. 2019 already clinched the first seed. 2020 played at home against Pittsburgh, but it was a smaller crowd. 2021 was injured. 2022 was injured. 2023 clinched the 1 seed. And now he gets him at home for the first time in front of a home crowd. Big home crowd, that is. I think they win big, okay? But you also let me know yours down below. If you want to win the AFC North, because if you win this game, you tie it at the top, 10-5. Let me know by doing something simple for me and liking the video. Thanks so much for tuning in. If this is your first time and you're still watching, it's obvious you like the channel. Like the video, subscribe to it, and we'll be back tomorrow seeing you for our live show.